All right, what's good? What's good? What's good? Welcome to the chat this morning. But man, sorry, man, running just a minute late, a couple minutes late. Saw Abel Mahari's post, man, and wow, God dog, man. Robert Robles in the building. What's going on, brother? How you feeling this morning? Ray Patterson, what's good? What's going on, Mr. Martin? How you doing this fine Thursday? I'm doing all right, man. I can't complain, man. This is Ramen Turner. What's going on? Adrian Vint, what's happening? Chillville Noop in the building. What's going on, man? Yeah, this is really hard, man, right here. Harry Sports Nation, man. Much love in that, man. Much love in that super chat, my man. Mahari Nation, you say, good morning, Fanon. Our boxing historian, Curtis Anderson, has passed away. His boxing knowledge is amazing, and he will be missed. RIP, no doubt about it, man. So let's get the 10 count for my man, Curtis Anderson. If you're not familiar with Curtis Anderson would he would be a guest on Blue Blood Sports TV a lot of times. And it just was really loved boxing. Very, very knowledgeable guy about boxing. It's a really, really good guy, man. Really nice guy. Always stayed out of a lot of drama. Was a good dude, man. He used to talk to him on the phone. Not a lot, man, but we've had good conversations on the phone. Just a really, really good dude, man. Curtis Anderson. So let me give the 10 count to Curtis, and rest in peace, and prayers go out to his wife out there in New Jersey. Let's do that. Rest in peace to Curtis Anderson. Thank you for the information, Mahari. Juan P, what's going on, brother? How you feeling this morning, man? Jim Jean-Pierre, what's happening with you? Say good morning, Mark. Good morning, Fanon. Good morning, Chad. Good morning. Mr. M Pride in the building. Say good morning, Boxing Chat. What's going on? Miss Asha in the building. What's going on? Reginald Armistead, what's happening, brother? Yes, absolutely, man. Make sure I hit that like button on you guys on your way in the door. Tobias Cash in the building. What's happening, man? Black Fonz, BGW Finn in the building. What's going on? Vlad's dad. Vlad's dad, man. What's going on? I ain't seen you in a minute. Maybe in a couple of weeks, Vlad's dad. What's happening with you, man? Maybe I was missing your comments in the comment section. If I'm missing your comments in the comment section, my bad. Ray Patterson in the building. What's happening with you, sir? Mike Cardonis, then one of the newest members of the Wrench Gang in the building. What's going on? D'Avion Bible and Big Block. What's happening, man? Be easy. Mike Biggs Boxing. What's going on, man? Fahim says, peace, Fanon. R.I.P. Kurt Sugar. Absolutely, man. R.I.P. Kurt Sugar, man. That's Curtis Anderson, man. Went by Kurt Sugar, bro. Kurt Sugar, yeah, man. R.I.P. to Kurt Sugar. I was just thinking about him the other day, man, too. It was like, man, I haven't heard from him in a minute. Terry Schmoot said R.I.P. to Curtis. Scant Rass said exactly. Kurt was drama free. R.I.P. Kurt. R.I.P. Kurt. S. Money said R.I.P. Curtis. Lamasa Baby Kurt. Yeah, absolutely, man. Everybody out there with the prayers up and the salute to Curtis Anderson, man. Kevin Faulkner, wow, Curtis Anderson passed away. Rest in peace, bro. Yeah, man. Crazy, bro. Hey, Fanon. Manuel Steven says, man, Fanon, I seen Devin yesterday in NYC. He's way smaller than I thought he was. He was real small. Yeah, man, that's amazing how that is, isn't it? How a lot of those guys look so little, man, because they are little, man. I'm trying to tell you, dude, Floyd Mayweather Jr. is a little dude. That's why people, like, every time people talk about Floyd, I'm like, look, man, you don't realize this dude is this dude is itty bitty, man. You know what I'm saying? That's an itty bitty dude for you to be saying is going to be whooping up on Muhammad Ali like that. Because Ali ain't no little dude, man. Ali was a big man, Curtis Brooks said, I didn't know, man. Absolutely, Mr. Empire. My condolences on his passing. Yeah, it's, man, that's rough, man. But I know that he was suffering from, he was suffering from health issues for several years, and and that's tough, man. It's just really tough, man. That's all. I don't know what else to say. I had a friend from law school that passed. Maybe a couple weeks ago. So it's really, man, the older you get, the more it happens, That's all I can say. The longer you live, the more these things start happening, man. And you gotta appreciate the people you have while they're here, And I can honestly say, man, I'm really glad that I met Curtis and and enjoyed and learned from him a lot, learned a lot from him in boxing, Don Lotus, so what's good for now? It's been a while since I've spoken on here, but I watch all the time. Keep doing your thing, brother. Don Lotus, man. Loftus, man. For putting that color in the chat, man. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for putting that color in the chat, man. The color in the chat is much needed and appreciated. Greatly, greatly appreciated, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, man, I'm just taken back, man. Like, I'm really taken back. I can't lie, man. I'm just really kind of threw me for a loop, man. I'm waiting for my coffee to kick in, because I'm like, wow, man. Because I was just thinking about it. I was literally just thinking about it, man. Like, I should call Curtis, because I haven't heard from Curtis in a long time. Ray Patterson said Kurt Anderson had diabetes. He was on dialysis. Yeah, was he on dialysis? Yeah, okay, man. It's just really tough, bro. Well, yeah, because that means his kidneys weren't working when you're on dialysis. Damian Bailey, man, morning, y'all. Yeah, absolutely morning, y'all. So, look, man, we got some stuff going on, man. We got a good fight coming. We got some fights coming up this weekend. We looking forward to Keith Thurman. So make sure, y'all, let's get to the boxing questions. Unless some other people, y'all want to continue to put blessings in the chat for Curtis and his family. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all, man. But, wow. Just kind of knocks you off your block when stuff happens like that, man. Definitely got to keep getting myself in some good shape. He said he was only 54 or 55, so young, man. Absolutely, man. He was a young dude. Laz the Punch Out TV. What's going on, brother? How you feeling, man? I'm chilling, man. Just about to trying to get into talking this boxing, man. Trying to get into talking this boxing. Nature Boy said, good morning, everyone. Is anyone excited for the new Fight Night video game? I think it has real potential. Yeah, I'm kind of like, you know what I'll say about the boxing video games? I kind of feel like other people feel about any big fight that's going to be made in the boxing. Like, yeah, I believe it when I see it. People are so discontented with the potential, even the potential of getting some of these big fights, man. You know what I'm saying? Keith doing some sucker-ish, making Barrios wear 10-ounce gloves. What's the controversy with those gloves, man? I missed the controversy with the glove. Those are small gloves. Smaller gloves. Was it 12 ounce at 147? What do you think about the 10-ounce gloves with Keith Thurman requested? I don't know, man. I can't speak on it. Like that's one area of boxing, dude, that I don't really even continue. I think they both got the same size gloves on, right? I think the 10 ounce is probably going to give Keith a little more pop, right? But isn't 140 supposed to be 10-ounce gloves, and then everything welterweight and above 12 ounces? Giovanni Walker said, Fernanda, I understand why boxing puts Keith Thurman in the public eye. On a certain level of boxing, when you put a camera and mic in front of Keith Thurman, he really knows how to sell a fight. Absolutely, man. Wait, I'm telling you. Hold on 1 second. I gotta man, no doubt, dude. It is night. It is truly, and much love. Thank you for putting that color in that chat, man. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you for that yellow in the chat. Absolutely, man. He really knows how to sell a fight, man. Be Easy said there's a little echo in the sound. Yeah, God, dog. We'll work it out though. Thank you, Be Easy, for letting me know. My man Jake, yeah, he knows how to sell that fight, man. He absolutely does. He's really good in front of a camera. talks it up, and makes the fight interesting. That's why I want to see, dude, in a real. Oh, said 47 and down were 8-ounce gloves. Thank you, man. Yeah, I don't. Like I said, so he wants to have bigger gloves. Trying to protect his hands. Probably trying to protect his hands. It is what it is. I think that's probably just a matter of him trying to protect his hands and make sure he doesn't hurt his hands. Is what it sounds like to me, man. But it is what it is, man. Hey, my man Jay Dodge said, salute everybody, peace and blessings. Try to make them body shots a little softer, huh? But hey, if they agree on it, they agreed on it, right? 8 ounce. Okay, thank you. 8 ounces for 8 and 10. Thank you for 47 and below. It's going slow. It's going to slow Mario down. Okay, that's what it is. It'll slow him down because it's slightly bigger. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. I don't know, man. I don't really know what to think about that. And brother, thank you so much for that color in the chat. Thank you for the support, brother. It absolutely means a ton, man. So thank you very much. So yeah, at 147 you wear 8-ounce gloves. Okay, thanks, man. Yeah, that's something I sound stupid about all the time, bro. Like I never keep head straight in my head, man. Low is the best. Why are you yelling? I'm not yelling, man. I'm talking. This is how I speak. I don't know what you want me to do. Hi. Yeah. And it also has a lot to do with me wanting to stay awake, man. Turn your volume down on your laptop, man. Turn your phone down so it doesn't sound like I'm yelling. Because I promise you, bro, I'm not yelling. Everybody always tells me that. And even when I'm just talking, just regularly speaking, people say that I speak loud. I think it has something to do with just being a man. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Just it's a real easy fix on your part. Just turn the volume down on your in your headphones. Anyway, I think the gloves is to wear Barrios down. I use gloves heavier than I used to, and my shoulders gave out sooner than usual. 2 ounce seems light, but it carries a lot over time. It is what it is, man. Robert Robles said, for now, who you got, Thurman or Barrios? I got Thurman, man. I got Thurman in that fight. Even though I will tell you, man, that there's definitely a chance, man. There's definitely a chance Mario can pull that off because of just because of the fact that of the layoff. You know what I mean? And Mario Barrios is kind of tall, man. I didn't realize he was that much taller than Keith Thurman. That's a really tall dude, man. So he looks like he's more like closer to 5'10", right? So he's long. He's long and he can box. It may wind up being, man, that he can really do some stuff in there with Keith Thurman, man. I'm telling you, I'm looking for some upsets happening this year, man. Yeah, the inactivity against the ropes with Doss. Yeah, exactly, man. That's what I'm thinking, man. Moonlight said, "Why are you bald?" Genetics. Same reason you're stupid. Genetics. You know what I mean? It happens, brother. You know what I'm saying? Same reason you stupid. Luck of the draw, I guess. Anyway, Don Loftus, man, much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much for putting that color in the building, man. He said, if Thurman loses this fight, where does it put him on the pound for pound list? Oh, he ain't on no pound for pound list, brother. It puts him off of it, right where he is, bro. It puts him off of that pound for pound list, exactly where he is, man. You know what I mean? Exactly where he is, man. Nowhere near it. That's what happens, man. I'm telling you, man, I'm still kind of just off a little bit, man, about Curtis, man. That is just wow. He said, ouch, that's a touchy subject. Dude, let me tell you something. Me being bald is not a touchy subject. I don't even understand why people have a problem with being bald, or why people think that I would have a problem with being bald. Literally, man, I have never worried about it. It has never bothered me. Honestly, I think you dudes that, what I think looks corny? 55-year-old men with black beards. Clearly black beards, bro, and every bit of their hair is jet black. I think you look like you're using spray paint on your face. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, Ain't nothing wrong with being bald, man. Like, it doesn't bother me at all. I just don't even get that, bro. Trezon Jefferson said, "Yo, Fanon, that dude asked you a really goofy question. I'm bald too, and women love it, dude. My wife has never had any issue with me being bald, other than making sure you shave it on a regular basis, bro. It just nobody cares about that, man. That's your insecurities, man. If you got your ego wrapped up in your hair, man. You know. Anyway, John Boy saying, "Hey, great response, Fanon. Love you, bro. Thank you. Hey, John Boy, man. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you so much, man." Dude, thank you for keeping that color in the chat. It is appreciated, bro. Thank you so much, man. He said, Jay Stahl said, like Michael Irvin. Exactly, dude. You guys think y'all look crazy. You know that's coloring in your hair, man. And they got these young boys putting that spray paint on their head, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what's that, man? JL Smooth. JL Smooth got that spray paint in his hair, man. It's like, man, come on, man. It ain't even that sister. That ain't even that sister. That ain't even. It ain't that. It ain't that serious, man. Keith Nolan said 2211 said also, why would somebody pick that to bring up during a boxing conversation? A lot of boxers are bald. Who cares? Yeah, I mean, you know, it is because they're trying to find some way to, you know, insult you, bro. He said LeBron James is the worst. Yeah, like, man, dude, you're bald, okay? You're bald. I got it, man. You know what I'm saying? You're bald. So what? It doesn't bother me, man. It never does, bro. Giovanni Walker said, bald is in. Women love it. Absolutely, bro. Breezy said your mic is off. Let me know if my mic is off, man. Let me see. I'll listen to it again. Make sure. While we get into this convo, bro. Y'all holding down the chat though, dude. Thank y'all for putting that color in that comment in the comment section, though. It's appreciated, brother. While we get into this convo, bro. Y'all holding down the chat though, dude. Nah, it's not. But I will tell you something. What I'm gonna do real quick. I'm going to go in and I'm going to come out real fast and see if this will not reset my mic and give me a little bit better sound on this mic where it is echoing. So I'm going to jump in and I'm going to jump right back out. I'm going to jump out. I'm going to jump right. All right, bro. All right, I jumped in and I jumped out. Let's hear if when I pop back in, if that actually hurts, bro. Hold on 1 second. And we'll see if that works, bro. 1 second. All right. Hold on 1 second. That worked. We'll see if that works, bro. 1 second. Got it. All right, that works, man. Yeah, had to jump in and jump out, man. Yeah, man. Okay, sounds much better. What's going on? Hey, Loma, dog. What's going on, man? Hey, by the way, what's that? Loma is the best. You sound much better. Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, I had to fix that, man. There's little technical issues here and there. My man Just Do Boxing said, R.I.P. Kurt Sugar, salute for 9 and respect to the chat and respect to the chat. Absolutely, man. Thank you. Says normal now. Okay, cool. We got it right, man. Fanon, James Brown, that dose NFL. Oh man, yeah, James Brown's spraying it on too. NFL looks bad. He dyed his whole head. Yeah, man. It's like, you know, it is what it is though, man. They want to look young, man. Cats are afraid of looking old. That's all what it is, man. Just afraid of looking old, man. And honestly, I don't have a problem, bro. I'm a good looking dude. So as long as I you know. You can't spray paint ugly, homeboy. You know what I'm saying? yeah, he can't spray paint all up in the grill. Anyway, man, I'm just talking smack about that. Fanon is a Kevin Samuel of boxing compliment. Thank you, Ramel Williams. Hey, man, I actually got to get a little more clean to do your bro. He said, good morning, Fanon. Snowed in Texas, ready to start my morning. Absolutely, man. I'm snowed in too, man. Freezing rain then. Man, you got me laughing about that hair jokes. Yeah, I don't even get it, man. You know what I'm saying? Nah, you a funny looking dude, fella. Nah, dog, I'm not a funny looking dude at all. Marcellus Williams. I've never been a funny looking dude, bro. If I'm a funny looking dude, okay. All righty. If that's what you think, bro, you judge how men are looking. You find how as a man, how could I be more attractive? What do you find more attractive in a man, Marcellus? Anyway, man, being bald is an expensive hair. I'm not sure what is that, man. Anyway, I'm in the DFV area. We snowed in today. To stay safe, and also, oh yeah, you know we ain't going nowhere, bro. So for now, you got the most cups. Big up yourself. That's what. Yeah, I got a lot of cups, bro. Wayne Reese, I'm a little nervous about Spence Ugas. I'm a Spence fan, but concerned. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, I think that could be a really good fight, man. That's going to be a good fight. But the thing about Ugas is Ugas ain't no knockout puncher. You know what I mean? So he's going to he's going to have to outbox him. You know what I mean? And I don't know whether or not he's going to be able to pull out. Whether he's going to be able to pull off. Outboxing Errol Spence Jr. But it should be a good fight, man. My man Trezon Jefferson, I'm 46 in June with a bald head already, but I got, he said I got a beard. I don't color and it's still naturally black by the grace of God. Yeah, man. Hey, dude, you know what it is? I went and started going gray. I started going gray in my late 20s. I started going gray in my beard in my late 20s. It is what it is. You know, it's easy work. That's easy work. I don't know, man. I don't think so, man. I think it'd be a tough. Yeah, Matrix Theory said R.I.P. Curtis Anderson. Absolutely, man. No doubt about it. Said the sound is good. Giovanni Walker said the sound is good after you jump back in. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, that is all that sound stuff. That's this StreamYard, bro. StreamYard got to make some improvements to themselves, man. Vince Wright said y'all being fruity today. Hey, man, it's weird. They weird with that, man. But yeah, the 6 and the 8 ounce gloves. You know, I don't know if they're both wearing the same size gloves. It seems like it's going to be a little harder to hurt Keith Thurman to the body with 10-ounce gloves. Also, Keith Thurman has, he has hurt hands, and that's something that Mario Barrios has got to agree to. You know what I mean? Just Do Boxing said, and his punch output slows down as well. I believe Porter edged Ugas out. Side note, I'm 35 and damn near my beard is gray. Yeah, it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? But it's funny. Y'all got all you dudes that want to talk smack about somebody going bald or somebody being gray. Just live long enough, homie. Okay? Live long enough, man. That's why I don't get it, dude. You know, it's like you know what that y'all sound like to me? You sound like a 50-year-old making fun of an 80-year-old for being in a walker or something. You know what I mean? They're 80 years old, man. What do you think is going to happen when people get 80, 90 years old, man? You gonna make fun of 90-year-olds for being gray? You see what I'm saying? It's just the natural progression of the human body that these things happen, man. You know? Old School Saint says, Spence is one-dimensional. Guy with good hands and feet eats him up. Bud has an easy time with him. Old School Saint. Wouldn't you say that Kell Brooks had good hands and feet? I think Danny Garcia's got good hands and feet. Sean Porter's got good hands and feet. I don't think it's that. I really don't think that's that simple, man. Just Do Boxing said facts for nine. What is that? Facts for nine. I appreciate the wisdom in my gray hair. Exactly. Hey, man, yeah, you gotta. It is what it is, man. You know, Casper saying there's a lot of nonsense, bro. AC in the building, man. And by the way, again, much love to everybody in the chat. Thank you so much to everybody that supports in the super chat. And also supports on the Cash App. And I think I missed the Cash App yesterday. So I'm just going to check it real quick because cats do come supporting over there. And it is gigantically appreciated. And do not want to miss the thank yous for y'all. Whoa. Where'd it go? Because I was lunching on these sometimes and I refuse to lunch. Absolutely, that's my dude. He said, peace up. My man Tyrone in that Cash App said, peace OG. Ready for a good boxing discussion today? Absolutely, brother. Thank you so much, man, for your support over there. Thank you so much, man. Keith knows that there are certainly less discussed factors about Spence that make me think he might dominate Ugas more than expected. B said one-dimensional, that's ludicrous. Spence is well-rounded fighter. He's a very well-rounded fighter, man. Chillville said people always hate on the noobs. Yeah, they do. God dog, man. I didn't realize it until I pledged. I was like, wow, especially the rest of them dudes. No way, especially them alphas, man. Them alphas be hating, bro. Them alphas be hating, them Qs be hating. Sigmas is good dudes, though. Jose Rodriguez said, I can't even grow a beard. Overrated experience, homie. Let me tell you. Hey, Mike Kobe said, failed bald lawyer. That's why you started YouTube. Okay. All right. Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. All righty, bro. Hey, dude, did you ever get that far? I started a YouTube channel because I went bald. You're funny, bro. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. Everybody on YouTube is a failure. I got it. Everybody was 60. Anybody? Nah, I throw them out. Look, dude, I have a successful YouTube channel, friend. I have a successful YouTube channel. So, however, whatever it is, bro, if that makes you feel better about yourself while you listen to me speak about boxing and nobody cares what you think about boxing, knock yourself out, homie. You know what I'm saying? Knock yourself out here, bro. Hey, Kenny John said an alpha here, but no hate yet. Dog, man, we and them alphas didn't get along, bro. We didn't get along at all. We used to have big fights, man. You know what I'm saying? I guess he never heard of a toupee. Bald head don't stop nobody. And man, I wouldn't wear a toupee if you say, man, ain't no way I'm wearing no toupee. Just do boxing. Yo, man, people got to chill with your disrespect for now. One of the most consistent dudes, respect to the chat and the show. Dog, it's just jealousy, man. It's not jealousy. It's admiration. Really and truly. Most of those dudes that do that, it's just admiration because they want to be heard. You know what I mean? They're just saying something. They're just saying something as loud as they can, as insulting as they can, hoping that they will get their voice heard. Because quite honestly, bro, nobody cares what they think, especially about boxing. So just live with it, man. It is what it is, bro. He said, old school Saint, you got a future for now, and I'm 63 and still turn the heads of some of these fine young ladies still active in the ring after all these years. That's what's up, old school Saint. Man, I need to hey, dude, I'm feeling good, man. Yeah, dude, I'm not that old. I'm 53. We got time. You know, honestly, man, I'm enjoying what I'm doing right now, though. I really do appreciate you. Giovanni Walker said, why are these dudes judging your looks like they want to get, like what? Like, what's it? Where did it go? Like they want to get, because they do. I'm trying to tell you, man, don't worry about it, man. Let them go, man. I don't really care, dude. Seriously, man. They're just talking, man, for attention. Anyway, have you heard about Brian Flores and the NFL? Yeah, man, he's suing them for racial discrimination, and it's a good deal. I'm glad that they do, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad, because that's obvious over there in the NFL. It's very, very serious. It's very, very obvious over there. Robert Rose said, you good for 9? I appreciate you, man. Dude, honestly, dude, they are tuning in to watch me, man. But, hey, you put color in the chat, they really hate on that. So make sure, hey, man, support the channel. I greatly appreciate you guys because the supporters are what keeps the channel rolling. You guys leave good comments in the comment sections of videos. Dude, there's constantly somebody out there, a bunch of the same dudes over and over trying to make other people feel bad about themselves, bro. But it's not making me feel bad about myself because I honestly, man, I've heard it all so many times. I get it. If you're a failure in life, I got it. Somebody that does not know me, doesn't know me at all, never been around me, don't know my wife, don't know my kids, don't know what I've been through. Just, you know, there has to be a reason that you're successful at YouTube. You know, you're successful at YouTube. That means you're a failure in other areas of your life. Like, dog, that's just some kid. That's just some kid trying to make you feel bad. Orlando, there, match your love in that super chat, brother. So much, bro. He said, good morning to all. Salute to Martin. Do you know if Ugas got the surgery on his bicep? You can clearly see it before the Pac-Man fight. Yeah, man, I don't know, man. I don't know if he's had the surgery or if he's not had the surgery. I can't tell you. They haven't released any type of news about that I know of. You know what I mean? Not that I know of. But honestly, you know, it's kind of like I treat that like Luis Ortiz's hand. Luis Ortiz had that big lump in his hand. He had it before the Deontay Wilder fight. It's not gone anywhere after the Deontay Wilder fight. It's probably just some inflammation. It was probably just inflammation from the tear that was still there. You know what I mean? So, but we'll see. If it is injured, that's gonna be some trouble on him. You know what I mean? against Errol Spence. D'Avion Bible, I'm 29 and I hope to see 55. That's a blessing. Absolutely, man. Much love. I hope to see 55 too. I ain't 55 yet. I got another 3 years. I'm another 3 years off of 55, bro. You know, I'm another 3 years off of 55, man. Quincy Carter said, R.I.P. to Kurt Anderson, Blue Blood co-host, One Love for Nine. Absolutely, man. R.I.P. to the great Kurt Sugar. Absolutely, man. The Broncos and Giants are joining him in the class action suit. Good for them, man. Because it's very obvious with the NFL. Very, very obvious with the NFL that plays a huge role, man. And it has in football for a very long time, man. Rivera Frazier says, salute for nine. Salute to you, brother, man. I hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing well. Tank would have knocked out Gary Russell Jr. within 6 to 8 rounds. I don't see why you get where you get that from. Tupac Biggie. I ain't seen you in a minute, Tupac Biggie. What's up, though? I don't get it, man. Therese, yeah, man. Let's drop the subject because they definitely did turn that. So they turned the whole subject on that, man. With that cornball stuff. Don't worry about it, man. Please don't make any more comments about that silliness, man. It's just it's silliness, dude. You know what I mean? Like it's silliness. Hey Breezy, how is anything dealing with money racist? Hey Loma, the best, bro. You're gonna have to cut out. You have to get up out of here, bro. You're not allowed to talk about race, Loma. You keep bringing that shit up, I'm gonna throw you out. I'm gonna tell you right now, because dude, people get to express their opinions about what they want to express their opinions about. And if you're denying the existence of racism, bro, you're just one of those dudes I don't want around. Okay? You just leave it alone, bro. Or you got to go. No joke. I'm being very serious. You got to leave it alone or you got to go. Next one I see, bro, you got to go. I understand, Loma, but I see the conversation that you're having. All right? And you're going to go. I'm just telling you. You're going to go. You're distracting with that crap. I'm done. You know what I mean? Okay. All right, Loma. Yeah, I'll take your word for it. AC said, Gringrust and Keith look severely weight drained. Mario has a chance against Thurman. Even then, he didn't ever did against Tank. I'm not putting money on this fight. Hey, man, don't put it on there, man. It is what it is, though, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, dude, look, let me say, cats got wrenched. People been had wrenched, bro. Okay, Loma is the best, is probably, just to let you know, Loma is the best, is probably Greek DNA is the strongest. You know, it's probably the same dude. So whatever, man, I couldn't care less. The conversation is becoming quite annoying, honestly, and distracting. You know what I mean? Gary and Tank is a great fight. A healthy Gary is a problem for anybody. Yeah, no doubt, man. I don't even get that. Why do people think, I don't even get why people think that Gary Russell Jr., man, Gary Russell Jr. hurt his arm, bro, in the middle of a fight. And then all of a sudden, Gary Russell Jr., some dude is going to get knocked out by Tank. He didn't get knocked out by Mark Magsayo when he's fighting with one hand. You know what I mean? My man, Quincy Carter in that super chat, brother, thank you so much for the support, bro. He said, Ugas had Manny eaten through a straw. They say he has Manny eaten through a straw. They say he has no power, though. Oh, man, he was landing them shots, though. Hit him enough times, he'll bust something up. You know what I mean? You recognize this cat's Fanon good eye. Yeah, you recognize these cats Fanon good eye. Yeah, man, they do the same thing. You just got to look for patterns, bro. That dude, Loma is the best, has been thrown out multiple times. Trust me, throwing him out is just going to bring him back underneath another name. And thank y'all for putting that color in the chat. There's not a lot of people, actually, man, not a lot of people talking about boxing right now because it's just such a dry time, man. I cannot wait till these fights pop off, dude. We got so many fights. It looks like February. It looks like, like March through May is going to be off the chain, man. Really does, dude. Because you got, man, who agrees to fire? R.I.P. Kurt the historian. Absolutely, man. R.I.P. to Curtis Anderson, man. From my understanding in the boxing talk right now, Spence got his pop and his strength back. They better watch out. Yeah, man, that's, dude, I will tell you that something about that, though, Giovanni. You hear that every time about every fighter. Every time about every fighter. They're stronger than they've ever been. They're faster than they've ever been. This is the best thing they've ever been. Always, man, say they work for the other side of the street for nine. Nah, man, dude, these guys love me, man. I'm telling you, bro. Nah, man, you funny looking, man. You funny looking. Dog, I'm funny looking. Look, man, there's a lot of dudes better looking than me. All right, it is what it is, bro. I know that. But, dog, ain't never had a problem, ever had a problem with not being able to have at least somebody want me. You know what I mean? So, and I guarantee you my wife you ain't seen my wife. If I can get my wife, yeah, I'm okay. All right? Thank you. Black Parent, man. Much love in that super chat, bro. I feel okay. You know what I mean? I feel okay with it. I'll take it. How about that? I'll take it. Barrios said, Fanon, Ugas reminds me of Joshua Clottey. Do you think Clottey would have given Pac problems if he let his hands go? Nah, man. He kept his hands going home, so he's having so many problems. I don't think he was going to beat Manny Pacquiao, man. Manny Pacquiao was just juiced up, bro. You know what I'm saying? He would have been able to beat Manny Pacquiao if Manny Pacquiao wasn't so juiced up. Manny Pacquiao was it's ridiculous, man, with that aspect of Manny Pacquiao was ridiculous, bro. What's the Rooney Rule? Abreu, I don't even know what the Rooney Rule is. But they will definitely protect them quarterbacks. Fanon, are you buying? My Nature Boy said, Fanon, are you buying this fight this weekend or will you be streaming? I'm buying the fight. And I'm taking it off my taxes. I got a YouTube channel. I'll buy it and then I'm gonna put it as a line item on my taxes because I need it to do this channel. So for me, it is what it is. I'm gonna pay for it. I'm gonna pay for the fight because it's tax deductible for me. And by the way, everybody should have a side hustle. Everybody. Just a piece of advice for you dumbasses. You should always have a side hustle. Because if you have a side hustle and you have expenses against that side hustle, those expenses against that side hustle are tax deductible. If you make enough money to where you really have to worry about paying taxes out at the end of the year. It's tax deductible. So there you go, bro. Yeah, and they need to set up a channel and talk, man. You have you can have a podcast and do all of that, bro. Side hustles are a must, bro. And then you develop your side hustle enough so where it can replace your main job, and that's called retirement, homie. You know what I'm saying? And that's called retirement, man. Anyway, Ramen, I'm stealing this fight and the Spence fight. Man, shame, bro. Shame, bro. I heard YouTube don't take out taxes just their 50%. Nah, they take out 30%. They take out 30%, not 50%. And no, they don't take, you pay it. You have to pay it. Either you have to pay it quarterly or you got to pay it at the end of the year. You know what I mean? No, but no, they do not take the taxes out ahead of time because you don't work for them. Nobody, if you're not a 1099 to somebody, if you're not a W-2 to somebody, they're not going to take the taxes out. They're just going to report the income. That's what they do. Snowing out there in Austin. I don't know, man. Freezing rain. Worse than that, brother. It's freezing rain out here in Austin, man. Yeah, what is the Rooney Rule? Oh, okay. Luciano the Don said Rooney is a rule that was put in place to make sure minority coaches get a chance of interviewing for an NFL coaching job. Each team has to interview at least 2 black coaches. Why is the Rooney Rule racist then? Why would you consider that racist? Because they're not giving any pay, not hiring anybody. All they're doing is interviewing them. Yeah, we interviewed them. That's all they're getting. Yeah, we agree to look at them. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean they're going to hire them. You know what I mean? Said Quincy Jones, Fanon dropping jewels. Listen up. Yeah, man, it is, man. Said, my bad. My question was, are you giving live feedback for this fight this weekend? Dude, every time I say that, bro, I get right to the fight and then I don't do it. Because I'm such a morning person, man. I'm such a morning person, man. A morning person. So when I do things like 8 o'clock in the morning, and then for me to do a live stream at 8 o'clock in the morning or get up at like 6, because I now wake up at like 6 o'clock in the morning every morning. When I go to sleep at 12 o'clock at night, 12:30, I still get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. It's just my clock is so set. So by the time of the day, I get so tired, man. Ben Diamond Exotics, but this time I'm going to do it because I need to do it, man. It's really fun to do it when I did it. And I used to do it. I used to be one of the few people doing it. Now everybody does it. Fanon, they won't let me super chat anymore. Hey, Giovanni Walker, man, my bad, man. Just go in and out. Leave the chat and come back out. Shut your browser out. And much love to everybody that supports the channel, bro. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much, man. I would respond, but clearly I'm blocked. Loma, you're not blocked. I can see you right now. Somebody say, Fahim Satur said, Fanon, salute to you. I'm sick of these black channels always talking about the mistreatment of black fighters, yet bragging about streaming a black fighter pay-per-view. Whose pay-per-view is that? You're going to hear most people that... Dog, let me tell you something, man. Why we would stream it when it's tax deductible, I have no clue. That's going to tell you right there, dude. Why would you stream it if it's tax deductible? That doesn't even make sense. You're stealing from yourself. You're stealing for yourself, bro. You can throw a little party, bring your friends over, watch it, and it's business related. Rest in power to the historian Curtis Anderson. You are a wealth of knowledge. God bless you, brother. Absolutely, man. And your father, man. I always buy Errol and Canelo pay-per-views regardless. Yeah, I buy the pay-per-views, man. In Brooklyn, it is 9:45, is 1 hour earlier here than where you live for 9. No, it's 1 hour later because it's 8:45. The latest it is East Coast. Is East Coast time. Everybody else is behind the East Coast. What's going on? William Old School Art in the building. What's going on, brother? How you feeling, man? Hope your life is going well. Hope you're feeling good, bro. And again, thank you to everybody in the chat and everybody in the super chat. It is greatly appreciated, brother, especially y'all casting support over in the Cash App. And thank you for supporting the Cash App. Got to continue to thank you because my man Be Easy did. He said, Keith demanding 10-ounce glove. What's your thought? My thought, him demanding on 10-ounce gloves is that Mario Barrios to tell him no. San said Puerto Rico is 2 hours ahead right now. Okay, that's what's up. Well, Puerto Rico is even further up. Much love in that Cash App, brother. Thank you. I said Breezy. That's my man Breezy Baby, not Be Easy. My bad. I think that it's probably saving his hands, and it's probably sounds like an A-side. Sounds like an A-side type of thing, and he's getting a little slick. No worries, bro. And my man, Edwin, man, much love in that Cash App, brother. Thank you so much. He said, for great work, still on point. Thank you, brother. We try to be, man. Anyway, man, back to my man, Fahim Sator, bro. Don't pay attention to dude, you got to take with anybody that's parading on black fighters too heavy, dog, just look to see if they criticize other black fighters. And there you go. I'm trying to tell you, they criticize more black fighters than they support. I'm telling you, and ruthless on them too. Same thing I'm trying to tell you, and that's in every field of people overdoing shit. You know what I mean? That's in every field of endeavor that you will see that. They clown on cats. Hey man, y'all supporting that Cash App, brother. Thank you. My man, Educated Jab in that Cash App said, for being one of the very best, brother. Thank you so much, man. But we definitely lost one of the best, man. In Curtis Anderson, bro. Really lost something, bro. Really lost something there, man. That is just, oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh. Feel bad, so bad about that, man. Yo, man, Fred, be overdoing it. Nah, man, Fred's a good dude, man. This cat's, dude, he'll call it like it is. I like Fred. You talking about Fred from Barbershop Conversation? Fred from Barbershop, I like that dude, man. I'm not including anybody that I know in this, bro. My man, Hosiah William Matthew said, off subject, the best don't fight the best anymore. No Crawford, no Spence, no AJ Wilder. I hope it won't matter. I hope it won't be another Lewis Bowes situation. Fight the best. Hey, man, I think the best did fight the best at heavyweight. Got to go back and get Deborah Booker before I do anything else. Because I saw your super chat. I'm sorry, Deborah. I'm sorry I missed you. I went back. I'm going to go back a few more bits. Deborah, if you put it in there again, I definitely will. Deborah said, read my chat for 9. Absolutely, man. Put one. I'm trying to find it, man. Much love in that super chat. Nah, man, Fred's a good dude, man. You know this, man. Everybody, dude, anybody can overdo it. I'm not pointing fingers at any particular person. I'm really not. I'm not pointing at any particular person. So don't, he's a good dude, bro. You don't have to agree with it. I don't have to, and honestly, he's so late, I don't get to see what he says a lot. You know what I mean? I really don't, bro. But Fred's a trailblazer in a lot of ways. I'm telling you, he's a trailblazer in a lot of ways, man. He's a smart guy. He does his best. You said, Ron Miller said, that's why you're the best channel. You keep your emotions out of the analysis. I try to, man. I got to find Deborah Booker because I'm messed up. Let me see. Oh, say Fanon, sorry, a little late to the chat. Who did we lose? Curtis Anderson. Kurt Sugar, otherwise known as Deborah Booker, otherwise known as Kurt Sugar. We lost him to his battle with diabetes. And it's just sad, man. Yeah, we lost Curtis Anderson, man. Fred's the new home for Leon Muhammad now. Hey, Leon Muhammad is a lot of fun, man. Hey, man, and thank you, Deborah Booker, for the continued support and putting that color in the chat, bro. Y'all make these haters sick with that color in the chat, and I appreciate it, man. Keith Thurman wants a pillow fight for show. Much love in that super chat. Yeah, he probably don't want to re-hurt his hands. That's what I would think it is. He probably doesn't want to hurt his hands. That's what I would suspect. You know what I'm saying? How old was he, Fanon? I think he's 54. 54. He's a couple years older than me. I think maybe 54 or 55 he was, but he's so young. Young. He said that a great loss. My condolences. Absolutely, man. Yeah, Robert Robes, I think he was in his like he was a little bit older than me, man. Mo Color in that chat shaking them haters off, man. Thank you. Truly Israel said, Fanon, good morning, King. I told myself I'm not going to buy Keith Thurman fight. The conference in a stare down caught my eye. I would love to see Crawford fight him before Errol Spence. Hey, man, I told you. That is the truth, bro. Much love in that super chat, brother. That's the truth. I'm telling you, it catch you. And thank you for supporting them channels. Thank you for that channel, for that support, brother. Thank you for that support, brother. And my man Kurt McGowan, man, said, R.I.P. Kurt Sugar. R.I.P. Absolutely, man. R.I.P. Kurt Sugar, brother. Thank you so much for that support, bro. And yeah, Kurt will be sorely missed, man. Kurt will be sorely missed. My man, Be Easy in the building says, salute and respect with that 6. Love 6s, brother. Thank you so much for your support. Be Easy in that Cash App, brother. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for that color in that Cash App. Thank you, brother, for that support, bro. That's really big, man. And my man, Educated Jab, said, agreed, rest in power. Curtis Anderson, the very best. Absolutely do the very best. New boxing better than I did. I will tell you. My man, Black Parent, with that color in the chat, brother. Thank you so much for adding that color to the top line of that chat. Thank you so much. Much love in that super chat, bro. Thank you for that support, bro. Ron Miller said, Go Millionaire Mind said, what's going on, man? I love that name. He said, why would Crawford fight Thurman before Spence? Because that's the fight he'll get, man. Because that's the fight that he will get. That is the fight that he can get. That, dude, I'm telling you, man, that thing with Terrence Crawford, with Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford is funny, man. And a lot of that falls on Bob Arum. A lot of it. A lot of it. But I want to tell you, man, I like what you guys said about Keith Thurman. You can say, well, Keith Thurman is kind of like Adrian Bronner. Keith Thurman knows how to sell a fight, bro. He knows how to engage you and make you want to watch the fight. Because I really want to see him fight Errol Spence Jr. even more. Because I love how that dude, I like how engaging he is with the fight and knowing he's got that mouthpiece on him. And that mouthpiece will draw you into the fight and make you want to see the fight. These other dudes are so boring. Dude, Terrence Crawford has got to be one of the most boring fighters outside of the ring that I have ever seen. It is like, dude, it's like he just is a killjoy, man. You know what I'm saying? He's like, dude, he's a killjoy. Like, do we want, a matter of fact, like the best moments of Terrence Crawford outside the boxing ring is when Terrence Crawford is going off on a fighter, like when he went off on when he went off on Errol Spence and when he went off on Jose Benavidez, bro. He said, "What's up, Fanon? Spelled it wrong." Oh, no worries, man. Hey, I make the dude. First of all, bro, I'm dyslexic, brother, so I will correct it. I'm dyslexic. I have to correct everything, so it ain't no worries, brother. Trust me, man. I skip over things when I'm reading it. Just terrible, man. Very tough, bro. What is this? Loma's the best. What did Loma the best say? Thurman didn't deserve that fight. He needs to fight Boots or Ortiz before he skips in line. Look, there ain't no line for Keith Thurman, bro. He's a two-time welterweight champ. He's a two-time welterweight champion, brother. With one loss. One loss. There's no line for him, bro. Keith Thurman is a legitimate fight for anybody, man. He's a legitimate fight for anybody in that weight class. No doubt, bro. Dang, Fahim. Errol Fanon said, "I hope Errol never fights Bud." Man, why you want to ruin all the fun, man? That'd be a fun fight. Absolutely fun fight. Deborah Brooker said, "Wow, that's really sad. He was that young. I really feel bad for his family and give my condolences to him." Absolutely, man. Well, the best I can do is text him I have his phone number. I never did meet his wife. I never met his wife. You know what I mean? Ron Miller said, "Yeah, I saw that, man." Oh, he said, "Did you hear AJ is going into that Usyk rematch without a new trainer? What are your thoughts on this?" It doesn't matter to me because he's going to lose either way it goes. He's going in there for a paycheck is what I think. I think he's going to lose either way it goes, bro. Musa R said, "Who you got for the Super Bowl?" I'm rooting for the Rams. First of all, hold on. Let me see something. Let me not be ignorant. Hold on. Hold on 1 second, brother. Now I'm going to tell you something. I'm going for the Bengals. I'm going to go for the Bengals because my son is going for the Bengals. I'm going to ride with my son on that. So my son wants the Bengals to win. Because he likes that Joe, what's that dude's name? The LSU quarterback. My son likes him, so I'm going to ride with who my son is cheering for. Other than that, brother, I could not care less. I hope they both lose because they ain't the Bears, man. You know what I'm saying? They ain't the Bears. If you ain't the Bears, I don't care. That's just how it goes with me. If it ain't the Bears, I don't care. If it ain't the Bulls, it's full of bull. That's how I ride with my Bulls. I ride with my Bears. That's it. Baseball, if the Sox is winning or the Cubs, I'll even take the Cubs. You know what I mean? King versus King of Kings said, "Fanon, you ever notice you get people in the chat with new names but similar talking points to some you kicked out?" Oh, yeah, all the time. That's why I don't have a problem throwing them out because they're going to come back. They do it all the time. Joe Burrows, there you go. They do it all the time. They love doing that, man. They love it. They never support, by the way, they never support ever. They always go and complain about people supporting on other channels. But they love talking boxing. They're boxing fans, really true boxing fans that want to be in a conversation. They just are they're a little just, what do you call it? They are just a little maladapted. You know what I'm saying? Said they ain't the Bears. If they ain't the Bears, I don't care. This is what it is. If they ain't the Bears, I don't care. Just what it is, man. Because honestly, man, I ain't into football like that. Once they took the running back out of action, and once they took the running backs really out of action in the for football, and they stopped allowing quarterbacks to get hit, where you can be like, oh, he's about to get put out the game. Like when they stopped made it that much easier for them, I was like, I'm out of here, bro. I don't care. Because it's like you're just trying to save them quarterbacks. It's obvious. You know what I'm saying? E. Flynn, my brother, says, what's going on, E. Flynn, in the building, bro? JB said, Fanon, you think Kambosos and Haney will ever fight? I hope so, man. I hope so. I hope so. I think that's probably, it might's going to be Loma, man. It may just be Loma, brother. It may be Loma, man. It may be Loma. It's one of the two.
We'll see. He's definitely got a shot at it. You know what I'm saying? Nature Boy said, excuse my lanes, I got Mario whooping that this weekend. That's what's up. Hey, man, that's good, man. Ain't no worries about that. Hey, y'all give me 30 seconds. I'll be right back. Give me 1 minute. I'll be right back. Short break. I swole, bro. What's going on, brother? Now, see, you know what I'm telling you something? I swole, ISOWL, bro. That's my dude over there on Instagram, brother. Now, if y'all want to know, you guys can definitely come over there to Instagram and send me DMs on Instagram. As soon as I see you a couple times in the general folder, you'll get moved over into the prime folder, dude. We can have good conversations, brother. I appreciate when my man I Swole comes over there and sends them messages over there in the DM, man. Give me 1 minute, and I'm going to get right back to DH and his question. My bad. Sorry about that. Had to take a short break, bro. Ron Miller said, "Man, if Loma gets that Kambosos fight, Haney fans are gonna go crazy." Hey, man. If Devin Haney goes to fight at 140 and doesn't drop his 135-pound belt, I'm gonna go crazy. How about that? You know what I'm saying? Like, man, if he said he go up there and dip his toe up at 140 pounds if he doesn't get the Kambosos fight, but he's gonna keep his WBC secondary belt. What sense does that make, man? That's the thing that I don't get about it. Why would you not just go to 140 pounds unless it's for that money? I'm telling you, man, it's that money. It's that money. If something keeps that fight from happening, it's going to be largely have something to do with that money, which honestly is very smart, man. Get your full money on it, bro. For now, what's the best boxing website for real news? The best boxing website for real news? Boxing Scene. It's all late, though. All of it is late. You know what I'm saying? It's all late. And honestly, man, I'm going to tell you, I'm glad you asked that because I read pretty much all of the boxing news that comes out. And I'm going to tell you what people at YouTube get a bad rap is for doing the same thing that all the other boxing media does. Speculate. They do a lot of speculation. They do a lot. Every once in a while, they will break something. And half of the time that they break something, a lot of the times it doesn't come out. You know what I mean? It's, dude, really? You're best to get your information. You're best to take this type of approach to boxing news. I'll believe it when I see it. Now, conversation about it is one thing. You know what I mean? Because that's what we do over here. We're going to talk about it, bro. If there's some news out there, or if there's somebody says something that's going to happen, brother, we'll put it out there. And so you can have that information and you can know what's being said in the boxing world. But, dude, nothing in boxing is done until it's actually done. And even when it say it's done, dude, you never know. But I would say just make sure you check out. I would check out boxing YouTube channels are a lot better than people think. because you do really get good analysis on boxing YouTube channels for the most part, unless it's a troll channel. You know what I mean? Leave alone those dudes that talk about other boxing channels, because those dudes right there are just stupid. I'm sorry. Well, they're just, I don't want to call you stupid. I'll call you dumb, because they don't come up with anything themselves. You know, they're just out there pointing fingers about other people. But boxing scene is very good. Fight news is good. Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you some other ones that are good. Like you can get good news off of Fight Hype. Fight Hype, you know, Fight Hype is really good for getting information. There's a lot of really good ones, bro. Quincy Jordan said, hey, Lawrence Ingram in that super chat, man, said, much love in that cash app, man. Thank you guys for adding that color to the chat. It really does mean a lot. Thank you for the support, brother. Thank you so much. And thank you to everybody that supports in the cash app and everybody that supports in the super chat, brother, and keeps that color on that top line so these haters can be sick to their stomach. Quincy Jordan said, how is Haney's belt secondary? Because there's a franchise belt. He's secondary to the franchise champion, according to the WBC. That's why. He's secondary. Is the franchise designation a real belt? Loma didn't request that. The WBC made it up. It's a real belt. They got a real franchise belt. The guys are really the franchise champion, and the WBC said that that's really their champion. And they call where there is a franchise champion, that WBC belt is secondary to the franchise championship, to the franchise champion. So that makes it a secondary belt. That's it. It's very easy, and I think you guys all know that too. So I don't know why you don't act surprised. You know what I'm saying? Don't act like that's some shocker. That ain't no shocker. You know perfectly well that's what that man said. You may not like it. I don't like it, but it is what it is, bro. It's not in every division, so what? It's in that division. You know what I'm saying? It's in that division. My man, Money 342 S Money in that building says salute, Fanon, salute. Thanks again for your work. R.I.P. Kurt Sugar. Absolutely, man. No, man. Thank you so much for that support, bro. Thank you so much for that support. And R.I.P. to the great Kurt Sugar. Curtis, otherwise known as Curtis Anderson in this mug, bro. Loma said, y'all just causing confusion. Dude, I'm not causing it. How am I causing confusion? I'm telling you what the man said. I'm not causing the confusion. You're acting like you don't understand what the man said. You not agreeing is not the same thing as not understanding. Is it? You know what the man said. The man said that Teofimo Lopez is the undisputed champion. You can say all you want is a designation given to a fighter. It is literally, he is the WBC. Oh, meaning the WBC. Yeah, they're causing a lot of confusion. But, dude, it's a secondary belt right now. It is. What do you want me to say? It is. They said it is, and it ain't me. Said the man is wrong, and you know it for not. What am I supposed to, what man is wrong? What do you want me to say, bro? You want me to make something up? That franchise champion is not over the WBC champion at lightweight? It is. What, dude, this is a fact. This is not debatable, homie. Devin Haney has a secondary belt with the WBC. Devin Haney knows that. Devin Haney said, okay, so if it's the Pride belt, make me the mandatory for the franchise belt. Devin Haney acknowledged that himself. Dude, you can't make shit up, bro. You know what I'm saying? You just want me to make it up and say it's not secondary? It is. It is. Lomachenko got elevated. He passed that same belt to Teofimo Lopez in a boxing match. And then Teofimo Lopez lost the belt, lost that franchise championship again in a boxing match again. And then the WBC said that this is the WBC champion is our champion. There's some websites, there are websites that list, like the WBC website lists Devin Haney as a champion. But the website isn't the guy that makes the decisions. It's not. And Quincy, respectfully, there is no disagreeing with that. That's a fact. Do you disagree that do you disagree that Tyson Fury is a WBC champion? Do you disagree that Alexander Usyk is the WBA, the IBF, and the WBO champion? Do you disagree with that? You can disagree all you want. It doesn't change the fact that that is what it is. It's just what it is. That's what I'm saying, bro. Y'all sometimes, if you can support fighters, that's cool. But when you start acting like what's reality, say, why don't the other ones recognize it? What are you talking about? The WBC, the WBA, and the IBF and the WBO have absolutely no opportunity to recognize it or not recognize it. What do you mean? The WBO called Canelo Alvarez the WBO called the man undisputed. What do you mean? The WBO congratulated George Kambosos for being undisputed. Congratulated him. But they don't get to, the WBO, the WBA, and those guys do not get to determine who the other person's champion is. They have no say-so in that. The IBF doesn't recognize the WBO. You know what I mean? They may not recognize a WBA champion for the sake of them fighting their fighter. You know, and say, no, that's not a unification. We're not going to take that as a unification fight. Let's see if they don't recognize that if those guys fighting each other. Like they got to approve it. Come out, you just can't make things what you want them to be. At a certain point in time, bro, it is what it is. That dude is most definitely the WBC champion out of the mouth of the WBC. Kamal Oz said, in the end, Devin has to decide if he's going to flex, make big money, and project a Floyd-like image or make big fights happen. He can't do both. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you for putting out there, showing that color to these fools. Appreciate you, brother. Hey, Fanon, growing that beard back out. Yeah, I'm not going to grow it all the way out, but I'm giving myself like a week or two rest on cutting it off because it was starting to irritate my face. The shaving of it was irritating my face, so I had to back off a little bit, man. Ramel Williams said all 4 sanctioned bodies have to recognize it for undisputed. Ramel, undisputed is not some official title. It's not. There's nothing official about it. They do not have some communion of four cats to say, oh, yeah, we recognize this is undisputed. No, they do not, man. No, they do not. You're acting like there is some official recognition of an undisputed champion. Give me the name of the organization. Give me the name of the organization that oversees undisputed. Don't. Okay? Don't. Those WBC, the WBA, they can all make their own decisions about who their champion is. If the WBA wants to make a super championship, they can make a super championship. The WBC has no say-so about it at all. Neither does the IBF, neither does the WBO. And on top of that, you're making that shit up that they said that they weren't recognizing it. Because you don't hear anybody, you have never heard the IBF say they do not recognize Teofimo Lopez as an undisputed champion. You've never heard them say that. You're making that up, or you're getting it from somebody that made that up. There is no official recognition of an undisputed champion, just like there's no official recognition of a lineal champion. Those are not official recognitions. Those are four separate organizations with 4 different sets of rules that all have their own unique ability to designate their own champions. And no, not any one of them have the authority to tell the other who their champion is and is not. And if the WBC says that this is our franchise champion, this is our organization, the WBO, the IBF, and the WBA do not get together in a powwow in a vote to see if they're going to approve that. Okay? That's just not true when you guys say that. You're getting something from somebody that is just trying to come up with a justification for why the man is not undisputed. George Kambosos is running around saying he's undisputed, and there is almost nobody arguing with him at all. The only person that I know that argues about George Kambosos being undisputed, I'm going to tell you the two people are the disputed. Devin Haney and Josh Taylor. Devin Haney and Josh Taylor. Everybody else recognized that dude, and dude that says congratulated him as being the undisputed champion. Congratulated him. You think the IBF and the WBA are going to hold up congratulating their own champion? Their champion. Because he is the IBF champion. He is the WBA champion. He is the WBO champion. What are they going to say? Their champion, their own champion isn't undisputed because a guy that the WBC is saying is a secondary champion has an argument about it? Man, stop, bro. Dude, you guys just you're just making that up, man. Kamal Oz said Haney can continue playing victim or get stuff done. Much love in that super chat, bro. Who supports that logic, no changing it? Look, this is not logic, AJ. I'm going to tell you, this is not logic, bro. Ramel Williams said, so if that is true, why Floyd never undisputed? Floyd was never undisputed in the 4-belt era because Floyd only thought you needed 3 to become undisputed. That's why. Floyd said you need 3. You don't need 4. 3, not 4. Do you know why that is? It's the problem that we're describing. There is no definitive point in time when 3 belts became undisputed and when Mike Tyson won 3 belts, he was undisputed with 3 belts. With the WBA, the WBC, and the IBF. Widely recognized with 3 belts. Widely recognized with 3 belts. Undisputed with 3. Why? Because the media recognized him as that. The media recognized it as that. You don't even know my point, Ramel Williams. You don't know my point because I haven't got my point out. You trying to stop the conversation 2 seconds in, listen to a fact, and say the fact is your point. Your fact is not your point. Okay? You're having an argument. If you have an argument, if you have a premise that you're supporting, what I'm telling you is nobody is arguing about George Kambosos being undisputed champion except for Devin Haney and Josh Taylor. That's it. That is it. When you have 3 belts up into a certain point, you are undisputed. That's why they're saying Lennox Lewis, they keep saying you that Lennox Lewis was not you said because he only had 3. Dude, shut up. He was undisputed according to him, Ramel. That's what I'm saying. You try them cornball debating tactics where you're going to try to shut me off as soon as I say something and not listen. I'm telling you, Floyd Mayweather Jr. believes that he was undisputed. He does. Because when he started fighting in the 90s, he would have been. Because you only needed 3. When Lennox Lewis was fighting, he only needed 3. When did Floyd Mayweather Jr. start fighting, dummy? He started fighting in the 90s. Before the WBO was recognized as being necessary. So his whole life, he grew up thinking, oh, undisputed is 3. Because that was the case. It was the case for Evander Holyfield. It was the case for Oscar De La Hoya. It was the case for all of these dudes that fought in the 90s, and fought in the 80s. From like 85 to 2002. He turned pro in the late 1990s. So to a guy in the late 1990s, all he needed was 3 to become the undisputed champion. You didn't need 4 because the WBO didn't count. That's my point. And what you try to do is you try to take what I'm saying and, oh, yeah, because he's had 3, but don't listen to what I'm actually saying, which is that he believes he's undisputed. No, dummy. Then your point is wrong. Your point is he needed 4. Well, so what if he needed 4? He needed 4 according to who? According to people later on when they accepted the WBO. But I don't care. None of that has anything to do with whether or not the WBO gets to name their own champion. Floyd was undisputed according to Floyd because Floyd said, I have all 3 belts. Just like Lennox Lewis said, what are you talking about? I wasn't an undisputed heavyweight champion. I held all 3 belts. The only belt I didn't hold was the WBO. And guess what? 5 years from now, if they make the IBF, if they make the IBF official, would we mean that none of these guys are undisputed because Dan Rayfield, Steve Kim, Chris Mannix and the Boxing Writers Association it was Darius Kasai was the IBO at the time. It was the IBO at the time. And before that, the IBF was the IBO. And all you needed was the WBC and the WBA. Muhammad Ali never held the WBO. Muhammad Ali never held the IBF. And he was an undisputed champion in the 1970s with 2 belts. 2. Undisputed in the 1960s with 2 belts. Okay? Stop. You're trying to act like this is some official thing. It's not. Just like lineal championships, there's nothing official about it. There's nothing different between that and the ring belt. You see Tyson Fury parading around that he's the ring champion? What is that? Some magazine. Anyway, you don't know what you're talking about, homie. And you trying to cut me. Oh, that's what I was saying. That ain't what you're saying. You're trying to tell me Floyd Mayweather Jr., if he was fighting in 1992, fighting in 2002, needed to have all 4 belts. No, he would not have needed it all. Because why? Because nobody was respecting the WBO and calling it official. But did you hear what Anthony Joshua was calling himself? Oh, I'm a 4-belt champion. I'm a 4-belt champion. I'm a 4-belt champion. What do you mean you're a 4-belt champion? He started calling himself a 4-belt champion so that he could say he had all 4 belts, and that makes him dang near undisputed. They just changed the language a little bit. Quincy Onger said, Fanon, WBC's trying to introduce a concept. It's nothing official about the franchise belt. The franchise belt is very official. It's an official championship by the WBC. It is extremely official. What do you mean? It's in their rule book. They're trying to make the Bridger weight acceptable. Ramel Williams, go away, bro. No joke. You don't know what you're talking about, homie. You don't. I didn't say 92. Well, you did not say 92. You said, why was he never undisputed? And I'm telling you, he says he thinks he was undisputed. Floyd Mayweather Jr. said I was undisputed. All I need is 3 belts. You guys are pulling this 4-belt crap on people. That's what he said. He said I was undisputed. I held 3 belts. That's all you need. You guys keep telling you that you need 4. That's not true. You only need 3. Floyd said he was undisputed because he has 3. Just like Lennox Lewis says, I'm undisputed because I have 3. You don't know what you're talking about, homie. And your little cornball, it's not gonna help you play that off, homie. Learn your hey, rest in peace, Kurt Sugar. Learn your boxing history, homie. The franchise belt is official. It is very, very official. It is official designation of the WBC. And guess what? Every other championship is a designation as well. Every other one. Because they have to designate you the champion. Any way you cut it. When you get out of that fight, if they say, and you win that fight, if they chose not to designate you the champion, they could choose to not designate you the champion. Every championship is a designation. Every one of them. True Israel said, Fanon, I'm sorry. Hey, Loman the Best, you're just terrible at arguing, homie. Fanon, I feel the franchise title was a duck of a certain group of people. That's just my opinion. It's bad for boxing. You can agree with that. It's official. Much love in that super chat. It's official. You know what I mean? It's official. It's an official duck. No doubt about it. But it is official. It's not some concept. It's not some concept that they're pulling out. And like Kevin Farr said, no respect for the franchise holder. Hey, no problem. You don't have to respect it. I got no respect for the WBO. None. No joke. I think the WBO is the least respectable of all the championship belts because it is clearly passed from top-ranked fighter to top-ranked fighter to top-ranked fighter to top-ranked fighter. The WBO I think the whole WBO is whack. You know what I mean? However, at a certain point in time, nobody's ever going to say you're the undisputed unless you have the WBO. You know what I mean? Can it be used to unify the franchise? Yes, absolutely. Dude, the franchise champion, because there's only two. Canelo Alvarez is the 168-pound franchise champion. And what's his name? George Kambosos is a franchise champion. Why didn't they elevate the WBO, IBO? There is no they. Crimson, there is no they. Watch this, Crimson. I'm going to tell you the problem here. Crimson, and I like I appreciate your comment. He says, why don't they elevate the IBO? Who is they? Boxing is decentralized. There is no they. There is no they. There is no body that rests above the IBO, the WBA, the WBC that has anything to do with recognizing these guys as unified, as undisputed. None of that. Each one of those organizations are their own separate and distinct organization. They do not belong to some organization that is called the Unified Boxing Commission. They don't have it. The closest thing that there is regional or national committees that organize boxing in a particular country. There is nothing resting above the WBC, the WBA, the IBO, or the IBF. There is nothing. Nobody does that. It is what we consider to be. That's what the boxing fans will generally accept as the truth. I'm telling you, man, I went through this with Dan Rayfield when he was with ESPN. That's why the dude blocked me. Because I was like, look, man, you cannot tell me you know who the lineal champion is. Who is the lineal champion? Tyson Fury is the lineal champion because, he beat Vladimir Klitschko, and Vladimir Klitschko, how was Vladimir Klitschko ever the lineal champion? Because he beat the number one and the number two guy. No, he did not. He beat the number one and number two guy in the ring rankings. You are conflating Ring Magazine with the lineal championship. That's what you're doing. And then he said, it was determined by consensus. Consensus of who, Dan? Consensus of whom, Dan? Consensus of boxing writers that you hang out with. That's what you mean when you say consensus. You mean consensus of boxing journalists that you hang out with. So basically, you and your buddies got together and stuck up on a website that this guy is lineal. Because other than that, there's nothing to support that nonsense. And they make believe that things are official all of the time, bro. I'm telling you, it's not too much far off from the WWE. Vince, man, much love in that super chat, brother. Said, I think a lot of people are stuck at is when Showtime pay-per-view labeled Canelo as the 6th and undisputed champion behind Usyk. Much love in that super chat, bro. Jay Dodge said, what is meant when you say they designate a fighter? When they make a ruling. And they point a finger at you. And they say, you're our champion. You're the mandatory. When they pick you, that's it. They have to officially designate you or name you champion. and they will designate you champion for whatever reason they want. They will designate you champion because you won a fight in the ring the way that we always think about it. Oh, one guy beats another guy, so he is named champion, or he is designated the champion after his successful victory in a boxing match against this guy. That is designated. You still have to actually name him champion. You still have to designate him champion. When they sent an email, when they sent a notification to Devin Haney that they were elevating him to the WBC championship, they designated him the WBC champion. When Charlo was told that he is the elevated, they designated him champion. Why? Because of one reason or another. Whatever the reason is, whether it's a fight, whether it is somebody advocating and you're elevating him, whatever you do, you still have to designate the man that. You still have to name him champion. And that is only a slight semantic there. Slight semantic. But it is what it is, bro. You know what I mean? Fanan, can you explain the Association of Boxing Commission's role? Yeah, the Association of Boxing Commission role reports to the United States Congress, and their job is to oversee the enforcement of the Muhammad Ali Act. The Muhammad Ali Act and the American Boxing Commission also sanctions boxing commissions and allows them to put on fights in the United States of America. So the WBA, who I do believe is in Puerto Rico, right? Or just say somebody that's out of it, like the WBC is in Mexico, right? That's an organization that's in Mexico. The Association of Boxing Commissions is an organization in the United States that would allow the WBC to put on fights in the United States. What the ABC does not have is the ability to tell WBC what they can do in Mexico, what the WBC can do in Japan, what the WBC can do in the UK, what the WBC can do in Australia, what the WBC can do in Africa, what the WBC can do anywhere in the world other than the United States of America. That's it. So all they do is that they oversee and they work with the state boxing commissions, like the Nevada State Athletic Commission, the California Athletic Commission, the New York State Athletic Commission, the Texas, whatever it is, the Texas Department of Combats, whatever it is, they oversee that. So that's what they call a quasi-federal organization, a quasi-governmental organization. That's what that is. Yeah, Jamel was elevated to interim and Canelo, yeah. Quincy Jordan said, Fanan, I love this debate about franchise respect, brother. Ain't no worries, man. I got you. Thank you, bro. But I mean, some of these things, it is what it is. The WBC can name their champion, bro. They can do that. If you were licensed to have a boxing match, the WBC couldn't tell you who your champion is. You know what I mean? Anyway, man, I'm sorry. Y'all took me off on all of that, man. Please don't talk. Please don't. Oh, Anthony Rising said, I got it. That's what's up, bro. Oh, yeah, man. Y'all get them likes up, man. Hit them likes. We got 379 people in the building. We don't even got, come on, we can get 400 likes, man. Y'all hit that like button, man. Oh, Camilla said the IBF is in New Jersey, WBO, Puerto Rico, WBA is in Panama, thank you, and the WBC is based in Mexico City. Thank you, bro. Roman the Best ran up out of here, man. Hey, have a good day too, bro. Have a wonderful day, man. Man, God dog, man. God dog. Wow. Can't believe y'all got me to do that all that time, bro. I hate going into them things. Yeah, and I'm blocking the spam guy. It's not because he did anything out of source. Musa R said, what's the greatest fight you've seen in the past 50 years? There isn't one, man. There's no favorite. I can't see that there's a favorite. I can't even say that there is one. You know, there's so many really good fights that I couldn't pick. I really couldn't pick one. And I haven't been watching for 50 years. I don't remember 50. I remember maybe, a good 40. A good 40 for sure. But probably, you know what? I would probably say Sugar Ray Leonard and Thomas Hearns. Sugar Ray Leonard and Thomas the Hitman Hearns was probably the fight that comes off at the top is what I probably think is the best fight that I've seen. Ali Frazier, I was a little itty bitty baby for Ali Frazier. So I can't say that I saw that. And technically speaking, that was more than 50 years ago. I think that was maybe it was 1972. But now I would probably say maybe Sugar Ray Leonard's comeback against Tommy the Hitman Hearns, man, was something nasty, bro. Ali Frazier 3 was a great fight, too, obviously. You know what I mean? Who appoints the ABC? That is the American Boxing Commission. It's not American Boxing Commission. It's Association of Boxing Commissions. It's the Association of Boxing Commissions. And I think that it's some body of Congress. I do believe some body of Congress does. I don't know how they're appointed. But they're appointed. It's a I don't know, however they go through, however Congress does, I believe. But they're political appointments. They're political appointments, bro. Mr. M. Pride said, hey, learn something new every day on this channel. Hey, man, that's good, bro. I appreciate that. And thank y'all all for that support. And thank you, brother, for putting that. I'm sorry, man. I didn't say thank you nearly enough, man. Black man, Black Preacher Man, sports fan, Caleb, thank you for putting the color in that chat. And thank you for the support, brother. It is greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated, man. And I'm just going to make sure that I didn't miss something here. And I did. My man, thank you so much for that Cash App, supporting that Cash App. Thanks for all the great content. Best channel. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, all that technical stuff gets me in trouble with people because they try to act like they know something. And if you don't, and people talk about you don't know your boxing. Cats don't know. Cats will say to me, you don't know your boxing, but they don't understand that. But they don't understand that. Actually, what the form of the business of boxing, what the structure is of it. I can tell you the structure of it, bro. Albert Coleman said, dude, I owe you an apology. You have educated me today. Hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate that, Albert Coleman. I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, thanks, man. Look, I get a lot of sweat for what I think. You know what I'm saying? About my opinion. You can disagree with my opinion. It is what it is, man. You know what I mean? I'm not wrong right all the time. And sometimes if I give a source and say something's going to happen, sometimes my source is wrong. But at the same time, bro, this is a boxing conversation and it's supposed to be fun. And that's what it is, man. We just talking boxing. No, don't hold me to a different high standard than you hold Chris Mannix. Because Chris Mannix is official boxing media. And the man says crap that is blatantly stupid. Blatantly stupid. And they know full well that there's no recognition of these things. Or if they like, oh, well, no, and they'll get together and agree and they'll start pushing a line. Well, the WBO, you know why the IBF became a major championship belt? Because Larry Holmes had it. And so they started talking about it, just like they did with Gennady Golovkin. They were telling people, these mainstream media, telling you that Gennady Golovkin has 22 championship title defenses. Lying out of their wazoo. Lying out of their wazoo. Saying 22 title defenses. And I thought to myself, like, man, how in the world did he jump from 8 to 22 like that? 8 to 22. They skipped that dude from 8 title defenses to 22 for the WBA regular belt. All of a sudden, a truly secondary belt became the primary belt for the sake of Gennady Golovkin and tried to erase Felix Sturm from even being a champion. And HBO pushed that line and pushed that line and pushed that line and pushed that line. The mainstream media pushed that line and pushed that line, and anytime you asked them about it, they got quiet as a mouse. Now, if you want to get on YouTube channels for saying things that you don't think are real, but you will listen to HBO tell you that while Felix Sturm was clearly the WBA super champion, and they are accusing Felix Sturm of ducking Gennady Golovkin, for them to turn around and say, oh, this guy is he beat Bernard Hopkins' record. Dude, ESPN has, how many times has ESPN said, that Lomachenko was undefeated? But watch this. If you quote a source and you don't share it with them, oh, you're cap. Go tell them dudes they're cap. You know what I'm saying? Go tell them they're cap. You know what I mean? Erica Malone, thank you for that color in that channel. Thank you so much, man. Much love in that super chat. Thank you. Hey, he said, Fanon, you help viewers become versed in the sport. This is like a class. Hey, thank you, Oswald, bro. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much, man. Giovanni Walker said, because the WBO did not become a recognized belt until 1989 or 91. You know why that is? It's probably around the time that Oscar De La Hoya got the belt. Who held that belt at that time in 89? Let's see. List of WBO world champions in, when was this? Klitschko. Klitschko. Probably Klitschko. Tommy Hearns in 81 was their first champion. But probably, I bet you it's the Klitschkos. I bet you it's the Klitschkos. But I don't know, man. See, that'd be a good thing to ask Curtis Sugar. Respect. That's when it happened. When somebody had a big name and they stuck him on HBO boxing and they called him the champion because he had the WBO championship. That's when I started hearing it getting pushed. I was on HBO boxing in the early 1990s is when they really started doing that, bro. Quincy Jordan said, Fanon, my understanding is you have to have the WBC along with the other belts to be undisputed. Franchise belt has no mandatories. Quincy Jones, Jordan, the WBA Super has no mandatories. Quincy, if by that justification, Quincy Jones, then the WBA Super isn't part of man. Let me put it this way: if what you're saying is true, because they have no mandatories, then George Kambosos isn't undisputed, but he isn't undisputed because of the WBA. Because they don't have mandatories for the super belt unless under unusual circumstances. But they don't have a yearly requirement for the WBA super champion to have a mandatory. So it can't be for that reason. Because if that's the case, then Josh Taylor is not undisputed. Because he's got the WBA Super Championship, and he's not going to get a mandatory for the WBA Super Champion unless they do some consolidation. They pawn the mandatories off on the regular champion, just like the WBC did. It's not much difference between the WBC Super Champion and the WBA Franchise Champion. Not much different at all, except for they'll allow you to move up with your franchise designation. That's it. The WBA Super and the WBA franchise are about the same thing. They're about the same thing. Right? Dude, you got to accept it. You don't have to accept it, but it would be a lot easier if you would accept it. Devin Haney got screwed over by the WBC. What it sounds to me like you're trying to do is you're trying to find a way to say that Devin Haney got screwed and he didn't get screwed at the same time. No, Devin Haney got screwed, man. He got screwed. They gave the job to somebody else. He got bypassed, bro. AJ, except they took the belt from another champion. They didn't take a belt. They didn't take the belt from another champion for the franchise. They did not. They didn't take the belt from another champion. They didn't take Devin Haney's belt and give it to somebody else. They didn't. They created a belt before Devin Haney ever did anything related to that, before he was named the champion in another weight class. No, dude, in terms of status. Dude, they did what they did. They created a belt like they always do. But look, man, you can't say the man didn't get screwed and he got screwed at the same time. Either Devin got screwed by the WBC or he didn't. Did he get screwed by the WBC or not? Dude, in terms of status, the only status that there is the designation of the champion. The status is champion. But I'm going to ask you, did Devin get screwed or not? Because it seems to me that you guys are really trying to walk a line and say, no, Devin Haney is the real champion. The WBC didn't screw him. And the WBC screwed him at the same time. If he got screwed, he got screwed. If he got screwed, he got screwed. Nah, Jay, you're trying to convince me, AJ, that the guy is still the WBC champion when the WBC said he is not. That's what you're trying to do. And it's just not, I don't know what you want me to say. George Kambosos was named the WBC champion by the WBC. In a change that did not happen with him. Happened with Lomachenko. Much love in that super chat. R.I.P. Curtis Anderson. I first heard of him on your platform, Boxing OG show. Hey, man, that was the man, dog. When Curtis Anderson was on OG Boxing Talk, man. Yeah, that was the shit, bro. No, AJ, it's not the same thing, bro. You're trying to make believe, bro. He got screwed, man. Okay, it is what it is. He got screwed. And he ain't the real championship. He is not the real champion in the WBC. I wish it was so, but it is not so, homie. You know what I'm saying? Jake Paul is always in. Okay, I'm not gonna. I'm done. Anyway, I'm done with that, bro. Y'all keep living that life, okay? Knock yourself out. In your world, Devin Haney. In your world, George Kambosos is not undisputed, and Devin Haney is the WBC champion. I got it. Knock yourself out with that. In my world, I think Devin Haney got screwed. George Kambosos, the WBC said that belt is, answered the question, got rid of all confusion, that the WBC that belt is a secondary belt. That's what they said. George Kambosos is our champion. Devin Haney is a pride champion. They just screwed him. Same way that the WBA screwed Guillermo Rigondeaux when they stripped Guillermo Rigondeaux for losing a fight 2 weight classes above, but did not do the same thing to Leo Santa Cruz. Leo Santa Cruz lost the fight to Gervonta Tank Davis at lightweight. He was the WBA super champ. He lost that fight at lightweight. He lost that fight at 130. And then he kept the belt at 135. The WBA did not screw Leo Santa Cruz. When Guillermo Rigondeaux was the WBA super champion at 122 pounds, and he moved up to 135, the WBA said they were going to strip him if he lost, and the WBA stripped him. So what you get in boxing is certain boxing organizations will screw fighters and not screw others. Devin Haney got screwed. What do you want me to say? The man got screwed. You want me to keep telling you that he didn't get screwed? Why you know full well that he did? That's la-la land, brother. That's la-la land. Sometimes when crap happens, it happens, man. You don't want bad crap to happen, but bad crap happens. So the question is, what's going to happen next? And my understanding is Devin's going to stay at 135 with that belt. He's not going to give up that belt. He's going to continue to earn the money off that belt, and he's going to move up to 140, fight some, test the waters at 140, see if he, but he's going to keep his belt and hold out hope that he eventually gets a shot at 135. It's just what it is, man. You guys can say what you think is right and wrong, but you can't really get rid of the fact that the WBC gets to name their champions. Come on, I said to all the haters, facts don't care about feelings. It is what it is, man. Hey, E Moneybags 87 said, for 9, you the first person to bring up the Rigondeaux situation. They definitely screwed him. Yeah, dude. Look, man. You cannot have, thank you for putting color in that chat too, bro. Devin Haney is the only WBC champion in all of boxing. Facts. I don't even know what that means, brother. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you heard about the first female headline fight promoted by Eddie Hearn and Jake Paul? That's not true. I heard that they're saying that, but that's not true. That's not true. The first female headline fight that I know of that was big was Layla Ali versus Christy Martin. Layla Ali made $1 million in a fight years ago. Dang near 20 years ago. I don't know if that fight is any bigger than Layla Ali and Christy Martin. I hear them saying that, but my understanding is that the biggest fight was Layla Ali and Christy Martin, because probably the biggest female fighter ever is Layla Ali. Layla Ali was very, very big, bro. There's a lot of push behind Layla Ali. A lot. Layla Ali really generated, like when people say, well, Layla Ali did a lot for women's boxing. By coming out when she was fighting Jackie Frazier. Boxing, I think is a little less developed. You know what I mean? Quincy Joe said, for 9, I seek knowledge, ask questions, Lord. Thank you, Quincy Jordan. I appreciate that, bro. Ramon Clark said, and thank you guys for your support in the super chat, and thank you guys for your support in the Cash App. It is greatly, greatly appreciated, bro. Devin Wester said, so all of the other WBC champions who have the same belt as Haney, no, they're not, because there's no franchise champion in their division. That's the WBC rules, brother. You want me to keep repeating their rules to you? You're going to keep using my argument? Let me tell you, guy, that's my argument. Until they clarified. Until they clarified. They designed a championship that if a franchise champion moves up in weight, they can immediately get a fight with a champion. And if they beat that champion in that division, they are the franchise champion in that division. If the guy beats them, then that guy becomes the franchise. That's what it is. You want me to, dude, the rules are what they are. You may not like you may not like what the rule is, but once they clarified it, they clarified it. Yes, they can have the same belt, but if there is a franchise champion in that division, then that belt becomes a secondary belt. Absolutely. It does. And over time, what you're going to see happen is they're going to get more and more and more franchise champions. What you want to do? Shoney D, I don't have any interactions with Bernie the Boxer. Bernie the Boxer shits on me for my opinion. That's my relationship with Bernie the Boxer. Bernie the Boxer shits on me because he doesn't like my opinion. I have no relationship with Bernie the Boxer. That's it. You know, I think Bernie the Boxer is a bright guy. I think he's a bright guy. Respect what he does for Terrence Crawford's camp. Got no problem with him whatsoever. But, you know, he doesn't like my take on Terrence Crawford. You know what I mean? That's all I can say. I don't listen to Bernie the Boxer much, bro. About me. You know what I mean? Because they don't like me. But it's okay. It is what it is. I'll survive. You know what I mean? Oh, excuse me. Salute to Haas Boxing. I heard about Curtis, man. Rest in peace, Curtis, man. Rest in peace, Curtis. Hey, Shoney D said, love your channel, bro. Shout out from Iowa. Peace and blessings. Hey, thank you, man. Shout out to you as well, bro. Giz or Glock said, what's the best boxing organization in your opinion? The IBF. The IBF. I respect the IBF the most in the way they administer their organization, without a doubt. They play less games. They play less games. They enforce their rules. You know, they got very good champions. I like how they do their rules. The only thing that makes it funny to me is that they leave spots vacant in their rankings. Like, they will not name a number 1 or a number 2 guy. I don't understand their ranking system, but I like them. You know what I mean? I like them. I like the IBF. Probably, yeah. The IBF is strict and straightforward. I like the IBF the most, without a doubt. And the WBC's probably got the biggest name. The IBF is the one that I like the most, man. Devin Esser, if that's what you think, that's what you think. Yeah, they can do that without a doubt. No doubt, they can do that. They can designate a champion. Absolutely, they can. They can strip you. They can do what they want, man. And I'm going to read your question. I like this. Well, I guess there's no reason for Errol and Bud to fight for Undisputed. That's not true. They're going to fight for the money associated with it. Just like Devin Haney is going to fight for the money. They're going to fight for the money. They're going to fight to be the only champion and claim that they're the only champion. Because there's no such thing as really being undisputed when the sanctioning bodies can just designate another champion. Right. But watch. That's not what the WBC did. They didn't designate another champion. They elevated their champion. Devin. They elevated their champion. See, you're forgetting the facts again. Devin Haney was not the WBC champion, and he was not the mandatory when they did that. He wasn't. Lomachenko was the WBC champion, and they elevated the WBC champion to the franchise champion. They didn't take anything away from Devin Haney. They gave Devin Haney something. Didn't they? There was no point in time when the WBC knocked on Devin's door and said, "Excuse me, Devin, I'm sorry, you're no longer the WBC champion. We're taking this away from you and giving it to somebody else." He was not the WBC champion and them say, "Excuse me, we're going to name somebody franchise and lift them above you." They didn't do that. What they did was Lomachenko held a belt that he won in a ring against Campbell, against Luke Campbell. That happened in a boxing ring. Lomachenko was the champion. No doubt about it. He was the champion. Much love in the super chat. Thank y'all for putting that color in the chat and shaking these haters off. He was the champion. It's what he is. He was the champion. And then they named him franchise champion. He was not the mandatory. He would not been named mandatory at the time. He was not the WBC champion at the time. None of that. They moved him up, and then they moved Devin up. Devin didn't get his belt in the ring. Devin got his belt the same way that Lomachenko got the franchise designation, by being designated. So even in that, what you're saying, that's a false comparison. That's not what happened. It's not what happened. It's crazy to hear the WBC president saying the franchise is fought in high-profile fights, but no one knew who Gamboa was before the Teofimo fight. Cambosis, well, yeah, because they changed the rules, Vic. And he said that we have adjusted the rules. Oh, do not try to get me to defend what they're doing. What the WBC did was trash, but I'm explaining to you what they did. And it is very clear that y'all don't have a very clear understanding of what they actually did. Devin Haney he did not win his championship in the ring. Did not happen. He got the same benefit that Lomachenko got. They did this. That's what they did. They went like this. Devin Haney was an interim champion. Lomachenko was the WBC champion. In two moves, they did this. 1, 2. And then Ryan Garcia became the interim champion. They shifted everybody up one and took the mandatory away from Lomachenko. That's what they did. Elevated everybody. So you think Lomachenko should lose his championship? Do you think they stripped him? That's where I'm like with the logic for it. You're making an argument that somehow Lomachenko got stripped of his belt. I guarantee you they did not strip that man of his championship. They never stripped him. You guys are treating it like Devin got like Lomachenko got stripped. He didn't drop it. He didn't get stripped. He got elevated. Devin Haney didn't drop his interim title. He didn't get stripped of his interim title. He got elevated to champion. And they all got elevated in that weight class. And that's something that they also did before that at 160. And you can like it or not like it, because I don't like it at all. I don't even like the fact that they got all these belts. But you can't change the fact that you can't change what they actually did. Just because you want it to suit you. You know what I mean? Anyway, man. Izone said Magic Shave, my brother. Oh, no. Magic Shave is worse than the Clippers. Magic Shave will tear your face up, bro. Giz vs. Glock said, no, he got elevated so he could duck. Any way you want to say that, brother. However you want, whatever you want to do, bro. That's on you. However you want to do it, that's on you. If he ducked him, he ducked him. Okay? All right. But that don't change the structure and what actually happened. Anyway, facts over feeling. Nah, they didn't strip Loma. They elevated Loma the same time Haney was the mandatory. Haney was not the mandatory. Facts over feeling. He was never dead. Can somebody tell me, and I have never been able to see it, where the WBO, where the WBC ordered Lomachenko to fight Devin Haney? I've never seen it. I didn't see, and I know the WBC rules. Being interim champion does not make you the mandatory. Being the number one contender does not make you the mandatory. Quincy Jordan, there was no mandatory. They didn't name a mandatory. He had just won the belt. They didn't name one. You guys are using a colloquial reference as mandatory, like Dillian Whyte. They never named a mandatory. You guys are just calling him mandatory. He was never the mandatory. Just like Dillian Whyte, with those 2,000 days, he said he was mandatory. Those UK guys, but here's the funny thing. Y'all understand that. Some of y'all understand it when it comes to Dillian Whyte and Deontay Wilder, but you don't understand it with Devin Haney and Lomachenko. He was the number one rated guy. He had not been ordered to fight him. He was not the mandatory. He was the interim champ or the number one rated guy. That's not the same thing as being the mandatory, bro. I do believe that Jaron Ennis is number one. I think he may be what's Virgil Ortiz number one in the WBO? He is not Terrence Carver's mandatory. Right now, he's not. Man, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't all that happen when Devin said no white boxer can beat him? I don't remember. Much love in that super chat. Sometime around then. It was around that time. It may happen a little bit after that, though. I think it may happen a little bit after that. Yeah, everybody's ducking Devin. That's a different subject. Completely together, a different subject, bro. Jerry said I used Magic Shave exclusively since 1980 and never had a problem with it. I did. I used Magic Shave. That shit tore me up, man. My face is all raw and red. Yeah, it really messed me up. Magic Shave didn't agree with me. Other people lived by Magic Shave, but when you put it in, it basically burns your hair and then that. But no, man, for me, it really irritated my skin very, very badly, man. It irritated very bad. Quincy Jones, you forgot Haney fought a final eliminator to become mandatory. Dude, there have been I know they are still fighting final eliminators. The final eliminator, until they name you mandatory, they did not name you mandatory. What else you want me to say, man? Yeah, he fought a fight eliminator to become mandatory. Great. They did not name that man mandatory. They didn't. They screwed him. I don't know why y'all want to keep telling me that, man. Look, bro, they screwed over Devin. You keep arguing me and trying to tell me. You just keep trying to tell me how they screwed him. I got it. They screwed him over, bro. You just keep trying to tell me how they screwed him. I got it. They screwed him. I agree. They screwed him. The whole thing was messed. Devin, facts over here. Devin was the #1 contender for now. You a beast. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. But look, I'm not just gonna act like I don't know what's going on, bro. That's what happened, man. That's what happened. And it's unfair. It was very unfair to Devin, which I agree with. You know, without a doubt, I agree with that, dude. Ron Miller said Haney just became the interim champ. He was never mandatory. Rather, he was quickly elevated to the WBC champion status. There you go. There you go. He was never the mandatory. Never. And guess what? Lomachenko lost the last fight, bro. Lomachenko ain't won Devin. Maybe not, bro. Maybe not. Maybe not. But here, guess what happened to Lomachenko? Lomachenko lost the next fight. He didn't even win. He took a unification fight, which, by the way, is not a duck of a mandatory. If they had not done anything, and Devin was still, and they had named Devin Haney the mandatory, and then he fought Teofimo Lopez, would that have been a duck? You see what I'm saying? Would that have been a duck? If they had never come up with the mandatory, if they had never come up with it, and Devin Haney was the interim champion, right? And they named him the mandatory, but they allowed him to take a unification fight. Would that be a duck? No, it wouldn't. He fought a unification fight, and then he's got to fight his mandatory. But the man lost after that. He lost that fight. Just like George, guess what else? Teofimo Lopez won the title, never ever. He wound up fighting a mandatory. And then he lost it. If this dude don't fight Devin Haney, dog, that can be a duck. Because, dude, that's a chance to get rid of a lot of nonsense. And he doesn't have a mandatory right now. A good electric shaver and tea tree oil keeps your skin smooth and no bump. Yeah, dude, that's what I've always been saying, bro. And you guys just listen. Some of y'all I'm telling you, your arguments to support Devin sometimes don't really make sense, man. Or it's unfair. It's unfair to me because I can't be saying, I'm not going to say one thing for Devin and say something different for somebody else. You know what I mean? Deontay Wilder was not ducking his mandatory trying to get a unification fight. I said the same thing for AJ. AJ trying to get a unification fight with with Joseph Parker was not ducking Deontay Wilder. It's one guy's a champion, the other guy's a champion. The real duck came when he turned down $50 million and then asked to fight Alexander Povetkin. Asked him to mandate that fight. It was, dude, hold on. Watch this. Watch this. Lomachenko asked to have his mandatories removed. He asked to get his mandatories removed. No, he did not. He did not ask to have his mandatory removed. You know why? Because he never had a mandatory. How could he ask to get a mandatory removed if he didn't have a mandatory? And if he did, then he would be ducking everybody. Because guess what? There's no guarantee Devin would have been the mandatory. No guarantee. Because the WBC can mandate anybody in the top 3 as being a mandatory challenger for the champion. Anybody. And if they decided to order a fight, dude, there's WBC fights that get ordered all the time that do not happen. The one guy says, I'm not going to do it. The WBC lets it go away. Then he ducked everybody. Not just Devin, he ducked everybody. Everybody in the WBC rankings he ducked. Right? Look, man, anyway, I get it. Tio Barbosa, what you think? I don't know, man. I haven't seen Barbosa. So it's tough on me, bro. Look, man, you guys want to call it a duck, call it a duck. I don't know what you want me to do for you. You know what I'm saying? I don't get what you want me to do. I'm telling you literally what happened. The man was never the mandatory. So even if getting a franchise is a duck of a mandatory, he didn't duck Devin because Devin wasn't a mandatory. Anyway you cut it, the man was not the mandatory. That mandatory had never been ordered. It had not been. It had never been ordered. What do you want me to do? You want me to tell you he ducked the mandatory, but you're not accepting the fact that Devin wasn't mandatory. You're anticipating that he would have been mandatory. Ron Miller said, I'm not calling it a duck. Devin was never mandatory. I ain't worshiping him. I mean, dude, Devin wanted the fight. Kevin says he ducked everyone in the WBC rankings. There you go. Okay, cool. There you go. He ducked everybody in the WBC rankings. So Canelo is now ducked everybody in the WBC rankings at 168 too. I just think you guys, I don't know, man. It is what it is though, brother. I mean, it's been a fun conversation, but yeah, he was the interim champ. Yeah, it is what it, dude, I understand what the scenario is, man. I don't really care because I know that the man got screwed. But you're trying to use the rules where those guys can do whatever they want to do, and because it's their rules. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, it's like slavery, bro. Like if I'm gonna explain to you the rules of slavery, that don't mean I gotta like it. Those are the rules of slavery. That's the law of the land. You can buy and sell people, right? They're your property, right? Slaves got screwed, absolutely screwed. But you cannot argue with me and tell you that a slave was really a free man. It's not. No, he was not. Not by their rules. And their rules are their rules. You know what I mean? What's right in the world is something different. What is equitable. Okay? Now, what you're talking about is what's equitable. What is fair. What is justice. Right? They don't give a fat's rat. It's unjust. Their rules are unjust. I got that. Their rules are unjust. You know what I mean? Exactly. So, Fahim Sator said, monogamous boxing fans strike again. I said he wasn't the mandatory, but he was the interim champion, which in turn had him in line for a fight next with Loma, requested to elevate. Dude, you say he was in line. Everybody in the sanctioning bodies is in line, man. They're all in line for a fight with the champion. The number 2 guy's in line for a champion. But I'm telling you, that does not mean they're going to mandate that guy. It does not mean it, bro. They will mandate the number 3 guy in a heartbeat, bro. They will jump you. They will skip you. They will say one thing and do something else. Until they actually do it. Here you go. Facts over Field said, Fanon, here's my only concern with your argument, which I potentially agree. Number 1 contender versus mandatory, 2 different things. But why franchise up in unification? Why franchise up if unifications trump mandatory? I got to make sense of that question. Why franchise up if unifications trump mandatory? Well, first of all, the unifications contender and mandatory are 2 different, but why franchise up if unifications trump mandatories? Because they're trying to create a situation. To me, it looks like they're trying to keep a situation where the WBC champion will fight as many big fights as they can get without having to deal with fights like mandatory fights. It seems like a money move to me. Much love in that super chat. Seems like a money move to me because they're saying that it seems like, honestly, I think it's motivated by money. Because if you look at it and you say, okay, what is the benefit of this to the WBC? Of not having to fight these mandatories? Well, if you're not fighting mandatories, then you're fighting voluntaries. When you're fighting voluntaries, you can pick and choose big name fighters to fight. So you may get bigger sanctioning fees from bigger fights if you're the WBC, because, and that's what they're saying, franchise. You're so important to the franchise. That's about bringing in money. You're super needed. We got to do something special for you to make sure we don't lose you. And we don't want to get you knocked off of your championship by fighting the toughest guy, who is typically the mandatory, right? That's what I think. I think it's a business decision for them to try to make more money, right? Because it's the promoters that ask for it, right? Bob Arum asked for that franchise belt. Lomachenko didn't ask for that franchise belt. Bob Arum asked for that franchise belt. And that is without a doubt. You know, same justification that they have for having 900 different belts. They're trying to make money, you know, and I'm telling you, they will interpret their rules all kind of different ways, all kind of times, bro. Because they are they're like, you know, they're do as I say, not as I do type of people, you know. That's what I think. It sounds like just money to me, man. Because it's obvious with Canelo. Because Canelo is only going to fight who Canelo wants to fight. And they don't want to, and they're going to tell Canelo, look, I'm not going to force you to fight anybody. That's it. We're not going to pick who you fight. Right? They're telling that to the promoter. Oh, if you sign this franchise championship deal with us, we're not going to tell you who your fighter has to fight. So you're not going to have to go into purse bids. You're not going to have to go through any of that stuff with us. I mean, that's the practical effect of it, is the money. You know what I mean? That's what it looks like to me. King of Kings said, Devin got screwed. It is what it is. Arguing with Fanon is not going to change the rules. Yeah, it's not gonna. It's definitely not going to change the rules. And on top of it, man, stop calling me a hater. On top of that, you know what I'm saying? What's going on? Mark Booker says, salute my shy brother. What's going on? Much blessings and love, champ. Much blessings and love to you as well, brother. Yeah, man, it's just, I would appreciate if y'all stop calling me a hater, because I'm just trying to tell you what the rules are. You know, when he explained it, it kind of ends it, because he explained it. To me, I was like, until they explain this to me, why they got all these different rules, why they're saying they can do one thing with another, I'm 100% with you. I'm like, look, dude, that franchise championship, nobody else holds that franchise championship. Nobody. So how can you be undisputed, not be undisputed if this guy has a belt and he's undisputed and you got that belt? And guess what they did? They explained it. They said where the franchise champion is present, that is our franchise champion. And then they named the secondary belt. They said he is our pride champion. So they gave a name to Devin called Pride Champion, and they gave a name to Kambosos called our champion. You know what I mean? And that's what they said. Facts Over Feelings said, Fanon, you're not a Devin hater. You keep it 100% Noop. Some guys are just fans who have emotions tied, man. I'm telling you. That and cats that are just, you know, other energy. He said, keep that same energy from Mauricio Suleiman. Yeah, exactly. Go jump on Mauricio Suleiman about that, bro. Facts Over Feelings said, I'm a huge Devin fan, and I can acknowledge the validity of your point. You keep your emotions out of boxing. Much love and Facts Over Feelings. Boxing. I appreciate that, brother. At the end of the day, the man literally just got screwed. And that's where I am with it. That's where I've been with it. That's where I'm staying with it. The man got screwed. And he's got treated unjustly, and the WBC should do something about it. But if they do not do anything about it, which I do not think that they are, seeing as they have reiterated themselves a whole lot of times, right? And keep passing that belt around, it's time for Devin to get out of that weight class and go fight somewhere there's not a franchise champion and get the WBC championship, so that they would have to do something extra special to screw him. Try to get a WBC mandatory at 140 pounds. See if you can get that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Hey, been on Mauricio. It's foul. It's a money grab. It is what it is. But once the man, and it's in his rules. Seriously, it's in his rules. He can do what he thinks is best in the best interest of boxing, which is to mandate anybody to fight the guy, because he believes it's in the best interest of boxing. It's going to bring more fans to the sport, right? He creates whole weight classes that don't nobody ask for, don't nobody need, because he thinks it's in the best interest of boxing, you know? And that is his prerogative relative to any fighter that fights in the WBC rankings. You know what I mean? But that's just what it is, bro. Fanon with Bob and the WBC, Haney is really screwed. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. But, you know, dude, he's not that screwed because he's getting paid a lot of money. So, you know what it is. It is what it is, man. Yeah, Boras side, Barakay side. Oh, no. Boras side, Barakay side. I'm happy that the eye of Spence is good now. Yeah, exactly, man. I'm happy about that, too. No doubt about it, brother. And I thank everybody, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Oh, Devin Webster said, I'm only confused because they make it confusing. Oh, no doubt about it. I got that, bro. No joke. I happen to be pretty decent with rules, though. Because I separate the rule. Like, I'm looking for the rule, right? I'm looking for the rule. What are they, regardless of the person, what is the rule? What are they saying the situation is? Either by how they act, right? And what they say. What they say and what they do is going to tell you what the rule is. And once you get the rule, then you're like, okay, how are they applying the rule? But I'm telling you, with the WBC, they can do anything they want as long as they believe it's in the best interest of boxing. And they say that right up front in their rules. It's the interpretation of the rules. The WBC president, at his discretion, with consultation, and they say with consultation, not agreement, with consultation of the WBC board of directors, can interpret those rules as he see fit. All he's got to do is tell them what they're going to do ahead of time and get their opinion on it. After that, he can overrule everybody and say, that's what I'm going to do. The WBC is a dictatorship by Mauricio Suleiman, period. He can do what he wants as long as he sits down with people and consults with them. That's it. That's it. With consultation. That's it. And consulting means call a meeting and say, this is what I'm going to do. What do you all think about it? Oh, I like it. I don't like it. I like it. I don't like it. Oh, okay, great. Thank you. This is what I'm going to do. Exactly what I said I'm going to do. Right there. It's my decision after I consult with you. It's just what it is, bro. But anyway, with that, I got to get up out of here. Much love to everybody in chat, everybody in the super chat. And with that, I'm out. Peace.